What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Appreciate everybody rocking with me. If this is your first time, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. Now kick back, relax, and come take a ride with your boy.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Look, man, the national champions keep on winning. Things keep on happening. They keep on racking up. We just got the news that the backcourt duo of Milaysia Fulwiley and Raven Johnson are teaming up and joining. They got the first two invites to Kelsey Plum's WNBA champion, Las Vegas Aces guard, former All-American, former leading scorer all time in women's college hoops. The Division I level, Kelsey Plum has invited the two guards to her dog class, which is sponsored by Under Armour, featuring the top nine of the top players in college basketball. Raven Johnson was in this thing last year. She's bringing in two of the top guards. They get the first two invites, breaking in a wave of really good guards that are going to be announced. Look, man, we know what Milaysia Fulwiley did in her first year on campus. The South Carolina legend from the high school ranks stayed at the crib, deemed a generational talent by Don Staley, delivered in her first year. She grew a lot in year one. I mean, showed just a lot of toughness on the defensive end, pressuring ball handlers, locking stuff up, man. Elite offensive bag. Then you got Raven Johnson, the glue player for this team, the do-it-all. They don't win without her. The leader, the unquestioned leader for this group next year, I believe. Both of them getting those invites, man. So we love to see it. Just seeing, not only, like, I love that this is happening, because we see so many of these camps that NBA players host. I mean, Chris Paul does a great job. Steph Curry. Like, we see these guys have these camps for elite guards at the college level on the men's side. So it's so dope to see Kelsey Plum give back and be able to really, really lock in and mold that next wave of elite WNBA guards, man. And when you talk about Raven Johnson and Milaysia Fulwiley, we're talking about two future pros. Fulwiley, I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep her on the bench, man. I mean, she's going to be pushing for a lot of minutes next year. We saw what she did in year one. From the jump, from against Notre Dame, she was locked in, made a name for herself from the jump. And she continued throughout the season. You know, she took some lumps. She had to get right on the defensive end. She responded really well to Don Staley and some tough coaching. And down the stretch, man, that she, won them some games, to be honest with you. So it's great to see these two guards that are going to now get to take their games to the next level and keep harnessing those skills. And a little bit about the camp. Like we mentioned, Kelsey Plum invites 9 of the top players from around the country to compete alongside her in drills, work out with professional trainers, engage in basketball classroom opportunities, and receive help with other aspects of pro readiness. The initiative began because Plum struggled initially with her transition from the University of Washington to the WNBA. Now she is giving back, helping work with future pros across women's college basketball to be a mentor and resource for them before their professional journeys begin. And we mentioned Raven Johnson. This will be her second time going, man, but getting to work with pro trainers, having that experience of running drills and practicing next to a pro, seeing what exactly a pro does, how a pro trains, preparing you for that next level. College is going to be a breeze to them. I mean, next season, I'm expecting bigger seasons than they had this year, and they were great this year. Raven Johnson is one of the best passers in the nation. Court vision is incredible. We mentioned she raised that three-point percentage by over 10% just working in the gym. I think she can get it even higher this year. We mentioned elite defender. We saw what she did to Caitlin Clark. Straight straps. You have the right to remain silent in that NCAA title game, man. Locked her up. So we know what Raven Johnson's doing on both ends. Milaysia Fulwiley's the same way, man. Just elite defender. These are probably the two best perimeter defenders on the team. Just quickness, lateral movement, quick hands, tenacity. Both of them got that dog in them. So getting invited to dog class is only fitting. And then on the offensive side, man, Raven Johnson really is good at hitting off-balance shots. She can get to the cup with ease, finish over the trees, got the floater, got the mid-range, continues to improve on the tray ball. And we mentioned her biggest asset for this team is just being that lead playmaker, being that elite passer that makes the game easier for all these talented players around her. Milaysia Fulwiley also more flashy but necessary, elite passer in her own right. You know what I'm saying? I trust Raven Johnson with the ball more, but that's just, she's a more veteran guard. That's all that is. But Fulwiley is electrifying. She's must-see TV. She's got a lot of Kyrie Irving in her game. Might be the quickest guard with the basketball in the league, in the NCAA, man. Other than maybe Jada from Baylor too. I don't know. But I'm just saying, man, like, she's super quick though. Can shoot the three, can guard up, can really push the pace in the open floor. Good night. Fulwiley is a blur, man. So seeing them get this opportunity is dope. I'm interested to see what other guards get to come and compete as well, man, because this is going to be really a camp where they're in there getting sturdy, man. And the national champions, why wouldn't you want national champions at this thing if you're Kelsey Plum? I think it's dope, though, that she's giving back those resources because it's needed, man. We see how many first-round draft picks got cut in the WNBA last year. Y'all already know it was crazy. It's so hard to make a WNBA roster. Part of that is they need bigger salary. They need bigger salary caps, and they need expansion, and that would help solve some of it. But also, man, it's a big adjustment for a lot of college players that have struggled. They've been college stars and go into the WNBA and get a quick humbling. And if a player is great in college as Kelsey Plum is and how great she is in the WNBA, you know what I'm saying? If she's that great and she struggled, you can only imagine what a lot of these other players and a lot of these other big-name talents have gone through to really stick in the WNBA and make an impact and continue to flourish, man. It's a tough league, and it's a super competitive league. And I know Cheryl Swoops and Diana Taurasi have caught some flack with their comments towards Caitlin Clark, saying she could struggle, as well as Angel Reese. And shout out Angel Reese. We see her working on that jump shot. We see her working on that jump shot out there in New York. But they've said that these star players in college that have just really excelled and dominated the college game, the Caitlin Clarks, the Angel Reeses of the world, that they will have that learning curve in the WNBA. And that's not shade. That's just the truth. There is going to be a learning curve because the athletes are more athletic. They're bigger, they're more physical, and the game's a lot faster. It's a lot more wide open, so I think that will cater to a lot of their games as well, like as in Caitlin Clark being more wide open, being more free than she already is. We know she had the ultimate green light, but in that pace and that offense, surrounded by the most talent she's ever played with, she ain't never played with an Aaliyah Boston. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that right now. So it will bring out better aspects, better parts of their game that we haven't been able to see in the college game because they were a little bit more sheltered up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? A little closed up, a little clammed up a little bit. But at the next level, I think they will absolutely have success. But going back to what we were talking about, making that transition is tough. So having a camp like this where players can come in, watch a pro, get that insight, get media training, learn how to talk to the media more so, learn how to just deal with really being a professional, how to treat this as a career, as a full-time job, and not a hobby. You know, this is a passion, but it's also a job when you get to the WNBA. People's careers on the line, and people trying to feed their families. So that's why them spots is crazy. Like, it's tough to take. But we've seen, like, how former players and current players have talked about how tough it is to stick in the league, and how, you know, when you're coming in as a college player, a big-name college player, you've won a lot of games, you busted a lot of heads, you're going to have a target on your back automatically. In the WNBA, you taking everybody's best shot because they trying to bust your tail out there and show that, hey, Rook, you're not taking my spot. So I think this will be a very beneficial program for years to come as long as Plum continues to do it. But having two names like Fulwiley, who's racking up the NIL deals as well, and Raven Johnson, having two names like that to start off is a very good start in my opinion. And I think it will give them a boost into next season, man. They will come back even better players, even better versions of themselves. We know that South Carolina team is going to be stacked, man. You still got Tessa Johnson, Angelina Powell. That front court, oh my goodness. Ashlyn Watkins, Chloe Kitts, Sanaya Fagan. I mean, it's loaded. They got Joyce Edwards, another elite point guard as well. Maddie McDaniel coming in that backcourt. We still got Tack. That's probably going to be coming in too. This South Carolina team is stacked, y'all. They built for the long haul. I could see 2 or 3 more championships. I think we're about to witness. This first year was the beginning of a dynasty. They got the new freshies in there. They got the veterans coming back. Hey, I'm just saying, I can't wait to see how Milaysia Fulwiley expands her game next year, though, and continues to just be one of the most electrifying players in the nation, for sure. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation, though, and how impactful this camp will be for the 2 South Carolina stars. Holla at your boy, let me know. And what's predictions for next year? We're going to get into the way too early rankings in my next video. We got to do it, talk about the biggest challenges to South Carolina. Y'all holla at me, though. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. That's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, hey, we out.